control the thermostat. The heat came up.
Praise
The
God.
food, the bell kept ringing with fruits of baskets of fruit. Okay? Cakes came from all over.
Wow.
And so now it's all over. And it's the weekend. We buried Mom on a Saturday. And people were walking out with food that had such an overabundance. What was I to do with all this? So everybody walked out with food and fruits and whatever. And so now I get to work on a Tuesday. The shop was closed Mondays. And the first thing I did was call the florist. I said, listen, I appreciated what you did. Everything was gorgeous. Now, please bill me. She said, Rose, it's on me. I told you that I wanted to do something for you. I said, but this is above and beyond.
Yeah.
And you're talking about 6 pieces of flowers. She said, we
Today
don't
they-
speak about it any longer. It's finished.
Today they go between $200 and $500 for
Each,
those big things.
okay? And now I call my son's friend's dad. His name was Tony, like my husband. I said, listen, what you did was really wonderful. I said, what's the bill? He said, are you kidding? At least I did something. He said, I didn't come to see your mother viewed until the last minute, and that's what I want to do for you. So he didn't want anything. The funeral bill was paid, and what more could I expect?
That's awesome.
Okay?
Yeah, that brings where God says, I will, I'll.
He'll never shame you.
Yeah,
For your shame, I'll give you double.
according
Yes.
to His riches and glory.
Oh.
He'll supply all our needs. And there's people out there that are watching this that have
Yes.
needs right now.
Yes.
And I believe that you're saying, "Where's my miracle?"
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to tell you right now, it's right there. It's right there at the door. Give your heart to Jesus today. If you've never done it before, and if you have done it, trust in Him. He said, I'll never leave nor forsake you. How can we even explain what happened? I'm going to just backtrack a minute.
Yes.
You were saying that something was received, paid in full.
Yes.
Was that your mortgage?
My mortgage each month would be mailed to me. The bank at that time would mail you a statement when you
Yes.
paid it.
Yes.
They don't do that any longer, okay? And my husband would say, you paid it. Where did you get the money from? I'd say, Tone, look at the checkbook. Was there a deposit made? Where would I be getting the money from? Okay? And a couple of times I called the bank. I said, they're making a mistake here.
Somebody's
And I
paid
called the
the
bank. Okay? And I said, listen, I'm receiving statements. I said that are marked paid. And the woman said, they're being paid. She said, yes, they are paid. There is no mistake here. And this went on for a full year.
Wow.
A full year.
Oh, man. We said it before. There's nothing impossible with
No.
God. Nothing impossible. I remember once I was doing puppet shows, and I really felt that we were reaching a lot of kids, and even the adults loved the puppet shows, and people were coming to the Lord constantly through our puppet programs, But we were driving around in an old Volkswagen bus, and this thing was terrible. If it rained, it dripped on my lap. Mm-hmm. At the end, we had to push it backwards to get it to go into gear so we can go forwards. And we were getting invitations to go out of state. And I had another gentleman, and our children helped us. And we just prayed. We said, Father, God, if you want us to continue and to go to these, we're getting invitations from Connecticut and Rhode Island and up in Maine and stuff like that. We can't use this vehicle and use wisdom at the same time. We need a vehicle. We need to this need to be replaced. Well, here it is. I'm working at my bench in Grumman, and this lady walks up to me. Never saw her in my life.
Oh.
And she says, are you Rick Jordan? I says, yeah. She said, I understand you do puppet shows. I says, yeah, I do puppet shows. She said, I understand you need a vehicle to go do puppet shows. I said, yeah, we're praying for that. She said, well, do you think $4,000 is enough? This woman just heard about it. Never met me until that day. And she took $4,000 out of her retirement fund to pay for a vehicle. And, you know, I was so filled with faith at that time. I said, you know something?